Hello, fellow educators. It's Professor Cocazella here, and I've got to first and foremost apologize to you all. I thought that I had dropped this video sooner, but it didn't drop properly, so this is coming too late. I'm actually doing this on Sunday afternoon, so apologies for that. I'm going to send out another announcement to let you know that it is indeed finally in here. So this is your welcome video for Field Experience Internship Spring 23. Your course number is Education 102 and the CRN for this class is 32081. And as you can see from this screen, I am on the Blackboard course site, and I'm just going to walk you through all the features on the site, where things are housed, where stuff should be uploaded, where documents are kept, and that sort of thing, so that you can become familiar with how this class is being run. So here we are at the home page, and it's obvious that this is just a simple welcome banner. And clearly, if you're watching this video, you've gotten this far. And this is, of course, just telling you to go back into this is the home page, and I'm telling you to go back out onto the menu items, the left-hand side with all those white labeled menu items, and you should go down to course content. And that's really where everything for this class is housed. Now I'm going to move the screen over so that you can see the learning modules more clearly. So if you're not familiar with that term, that's how I keep things in order within the Blackboard course site, is by learning modules, and they're indicated by these notebooks with the tabs. So within each learning module, there are those things that you presume. In other words, the first one is all about housekeeping items. And I tell you on the front page of the module, hey guys, this is what's in here. The welcome to the course video that you're watching right now, that's where this is going to be housed. This is where this is going to be housed. There's another copy of the syllabus, and there's an orientation course PowerPoint presentation, and that's what we'll be reviewing when we meet on Wednesday the 8th at 5:30. We'll go through that whole thing. So you might want to just click through it really quickly. You might save it until we all watch it together. There's an evaluation form, and that's what's given to your teachers, your host teachers, twice during the course of the semester. And I'll describe that in further detail at our orientation. And then there's an entire field experience handbook. Now, I will have hard copies of this handbook again at the orientation, but this is just in case all these documents are housed here. And the way you get to them is you just click on the module itself, and you'll see you just come to a table of contents. And then I'm going to scoot over the screen a little bit more. And in the upper right, you can see you can just page through. And the table of contents tells you which page is which item. Very obvious, very simple. And the items are typically just a link to that document. And you just, open it up from there. So let's go back out again to course contents, and I'll show you what the other learning modules are about. This course consists of several different tasks that you need to accomplish. Number one, first and foremost, you need to accomplish 30 hours of in-classroom interning with your host teacher at your host school. Now, 8 of you are at Kingsview Middle School, and I've got one lucky person who is at elementary school at Brown Station. So the 30 hours is the biggie, and that needs to be logged in between when you do the site orientation, which is Friday the 17th, and the very end of April, or if we really need to push it, the first week of May. So that's number one, logging in the hours at the site school. Number two is doing 4 journal prompts, which really relate to what you're going to be doing and observing at the site school. So they pair very well with your internship itself. So these 4 journals are worth 25 points each, and that's what we're going to go through right now. So journal 1 is a host teacher interview. And what I have listed here on the front page of the learning module is really just basic information about what that prompt is all about. You're going to see a more complete description of the prompt within the syllabus, but this is just to remind you, hey guys, journal number 1 is the host teacher interview. Here's when it's due, and what I'm doing is I'm having due dates and deadlines. I do not prefer to do this, but I have found in teaching this field experience internship in the past, you guys get really bogged down, and many times you're going to need that extra leeway. So I give it to you. Would I like it by the 27th? Yes, I would. Do I need it by March 3rd? Absolutely. So within this learning module is just that. It's just the upload file for where you will place this journal prompt number 1. So there's nothing else in there. Sometimes, and I might get around to doing this, sometimes I might drop a PowerPoint in here. I might drop a tips and tricks kind of worksheet. Yeah, hey, listen, this can help you with your journal 1 or journal 2 or whatever. But for all intents and purposes, most of the learning modules for the journals are just simply the upload file. I hope that's clear to you. So journal 1 is the host teacher. Journal 2 is about school climate. And here right now, again, all I have is the upload file. This is where you will upload, or I say drop, the journal 2 assignment when you're finished with it. I might also put in here a PowerPoint, because there are quite a few PowerPoints or even a YouTube video or link or something like that to an outside resource about school climate, you know, a video that explains it in greater detail, a YouTube that shows you different kinds of school climates, what have you. So I might, as I said before, give you some further information. But what is in there now for journal prompt 3, which is about your student class composition and diversity. And here we go again. There's the upload file for it. And then back out, and you've got journal prompt 4. So there's 4 journal prompts. Okay. So we've been through number 1 obligation, is the 30 hours in the school. The number 2 obligation is to do all these journal prompts. The number 3 obligation is a immersion demonstration, teacher demonstration. And that we will talk about while we're in the course orientation. I want to know from you all if you're familiar with immersion. If you're not, we're going to start from the very beginning. It's basically a packaged program that Montgomery College has purchased, which allows us to work with avatars, essentially just cartoon figures who have real live actors behind them, and they play the roles of students, and you present a class via Zoom. So that's what that's all about. And in this module, not only do I have where you should put yours, the upload file for yours, but I also have a PowerPoint about immersion, a YouTube example of what immersion lesson looks like. So there's going to be several different documents in there. Okay, so that's that. And then the last thing, not the last thing, but one other thing you'll need to do is you need to present to me 2 evaluation forms, one at midterm and one at final, during the final week of the class. And that's just basically a checklist that you'll go over with your host teacher, and you guys determine a grade for this or that. You know, have you been on time for your internship? Have you been incorporating yourself into the class? Do you take direction well? How do you relate to the students? Have you made relationships? What have you done as far as any teaching or one-on-one help? That kind of jazz. So those 2 things need to be done. And then last but not least, you need to do several meetings. The course orientation meeting this Wednesday is the #1 meeting that you have to attend. Then you need to attend the school orientation meeting. And for Kingsview, that is on Friday, February 17th. My Brown Station person, I've heard from my contact there, and I think that your orientation is going to be on Thursday, February 16th. I will be in attendance at both of those, so not to worry about that. Then we as a class have a midterm seminar that we'll be doing, but that will be done via Zoom. So you don't have to go anywhere. You just have to be near a computer for that. And then last but not least, there is an end of semester seminar. And I would very much like for that to be in person. That's really sort of unpacking the semester, talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's very casual. It's more like a group therapy session, if you will, snacks and drinks, and we just talk over how the semester went for you. So this is going to be explained in greater detail at the course orientation. And once again, that is this Wednesday. It's on the Peck campus, the Germantown campus, the Peck building, which is the standalone red brick building across the bridge. It's sort of on the other side of campus. If you're familiar with the Germantown campus, you know where I'm talking about. I hope that it's going to be in classroom number 177. If that's not open, we're going to have it in my office. We'll be a little bit cramped, but it'll work. But I will have signs either way, and I'll probably be standing out there directing you to where to go. So once again, free up your Wednesday at 5:30. And guys, you must free up Friday the 17th for the school site orientation. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half, and she's giving me an afternoon slot, so I'm thinking 12:30, 1:30. I'm not quite sure when she'll be able to fit us in, but it's going to be somewhere around that time frame. So that's it for now. You can email me if you have burning questions, but other than that, otherwise, save your questions for when we actually meet face to face on Wednesday, and I will take care of giving you all the answers so you'll be prepared for this entire course and you won't have any troubles, and it's going to be smooth sailing. I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of work to cram into, basically about 8 to 9 weeks, because we have to factor in that you can't do any interning during MCPS's spring break, and you also have to factor in the fact that Montgomery College's spring break is different. Although you can intern at your school during that time, you do have to keep that in mind as far as when you'll be able to log in your hours and when you should be getting these journal prompts into me. So that's it. I hope to see you all on Wednesday. In the meantime, as I said, if it's a real urgent question, text me or email me. But otherwise, let's just chat on Wednesday and we'll get everything straightened out then. Thank you. Bye-bye.